Hey guys, what's going on today? I wanted to make a video today regarding power supplies. Kind of want to give you guys a breakdown of what they are, what they do, some different features that come with different power supplies, and things of that nature. I'm going to be upgrading my current power supply on my current personal main gaming build, and I'm building another computer, so I'm going to steal the power supply that's in the computer now. I'm going to use that for my other build, and then I'm upgrading the power supply that is in the main PC now up to something a lot better. And that something better is something very overkill for what I need, but I actually came across a crazy deal for this at a Best Buy. It was like in an oddball section at the store, and it was like I only paid like $85 for this thing, which was like pretty insane, because I'm pretty sure at the time when I found these, I'm pretty sure they still go for a good amount of money recording this film now, but I'm pretty sure like a lot of places were selling for like the 140 range. I got this for like 80 bucks. Now, this is, if you're watching this video and you know some stuff about computers, yes, I don't need a 1000 watt power supply probably ever, let alone, even though the fact I'm going to be doing some water loop on this PC build here very shortly, so I will obviously need some more wattages out of that for that, but I mean nothing near what this is going to be. But I'm just putting this in because I couldn't pass up on the offer for the price that I got it for, so that's that. So pretty much power supply. That's what it looks like. Pretty much look pretty standard. There's nothing really special to them. I mean, there's nothing really, they all kind of look very similar for the most part. It's a nice black color. I mean, they come in different colors, but I mean, you'll see that most of them are just black. And pretty much, to get the gist of it, all different companies make them. This one happens to be Corsair. I have an Avega in this one, which is a 450 watt that I've had for a long time. It's nothing really special. And that's what I have in my current PC that I'm going to be taking out, as I said in the beginning. So, I want to talk about a few things. When you're looking to buy a power supply, there's a couple things you want to consider. There is non-modular, modular, fully modular, and semi-modular power supplies. And you'll hear this term and you might not understand what it is, so I'm going to break this down for you. So this here is a fully modular power supply. What that means is this power supply does not have any wires that are permanently installed on this power supply. And the benefit to that is you don't have to use, like if you buy a semi-modular power supply, which that's, I mean, not on the low end, but it's more of a, I guess you could say, a budgeter option. And not even, and that's not even true either, but it's just a different style. And the benefit to having fully modular is that you don't have to, like when you buy a semi-modular power supply, all the wires are already built in. There's no, as you can see here, I have all these ports to put in all different wires for the power supply. So when you buy a semi-modular, all the wires are already pre-installed here. You cannot remove them. You cannot remove the wires you do not need, because when you buy a semi-modular, you're going to get a lot of extra wires that you're never going to use. You're going to have like wires, power wires for your CPU power, SATA cables. You're going to have stuff for your PCI, for your graphics card cables, a whole bunch of different cables on that, and it's all going to be built in. And the only downfall is it does the same thing as this does, a fully modular one, but the only downfall is it makes it a little bit harder to do cable management, because you're going to have so many extra wires that you don't need. Where when you have fully modular like this, a company will include all separate wires. This is very nice, actually. It comes in a bag, and they're all just hard black cable, so you don't have your ketchup and mustard cable, which some people may think is ugly, which I personally do. I don't love it. That's what my other one is. But there's other options around that too. You can buy like Cable Mods. There's a company that makes them, and if you have, you can get different colors to go with your build, and you only see those cables, and the other cables, they're like the main part of your cables will be tucked away in your build. But that's the benefit to having a fully modular power supply. Therefore, okay, say I need, my CPU power. I only need one cable. Boom, plug it in, done. I don't need any more. Whereas you might have a couple cables on like a semi-modular one for a couple different like plugins for CPU stuff. And I mean, the cables are used for different things, but you won't have that on this. You have the benefit of just saying, hey, I don't need all those other cables like a semi-modular power supply unit. So you make out with just this is the best option for if you want to have a nice cable management, if you want to have all the luxury of being able to, you know, take wires off, not use wires that you need, so you just have what you need. I mean, that's pretty much the basics to, like, the difference between them. You might not understand what a modular, fully modular, semi-modular, they all come in different things. So that's the benefit, and that's what the modular term is used for. Semi, full, and then I'm pretty sure there is no modular, which I'm pretty sure that just means it's just, that's it. It's hardwired, and that's pretty much almost the same thing as semi-modular. So that's pretty much that. Now, for a watts, you don't need a 1,000 watt power supply. Like, if you're going to build something and it's your first time, I highly recommend going to PC Part Picker, and you can build your build, which I have a whole video on my channel also about how to use PC Part Picker. But my point is, you can go on there and you can pick all your parts, and it'll give an estimated wattage number that you need to run. So say your estimate watts are like, you know, okay, you need 400 watts to run your build. Then, you know, you figure out what kind of power supply you want. There's 450, 500, it goes all the way up, even past 1,000. But odds are, like, you don't need anything near 1,000. I mean, I have like a 500, and I have a lot of stuff in this thing. A water cooler radiator, all-in-one AIO, and have no problems. But the only reason I got this crazy 1,000 was just because I got it for like $80, and it's really good. It's gold certified. I couldn't pass up on the deal. Just put it that way. You guys don't need to get something this crazy. I highly recommend, if you don't know how many watts your build is going to be, and you're doing this for your first time, your best bet is go to PC Part Picker, pick all your parts, insert all your parts into your build list, and it will come up with a number of what you're going to need to run that thing. So that's the nice thing. The other thing, as I mentioned before, about things you need to consider when picking up a power supply unit is, do you want to have cables, as I said before, like ketchup and mustard. Ketchup and mustard just means you'll have all the cables are the same, but the only difference is, as you can see on this one, it's just solid black. You can't see the cables inside here. If I were to open this up, this liner on the outside, there'd be red, yellow, green, all different colors. And on a little bit of a cheaper power supply, a more budgeted power supply, you're going to have just see-through cables, so you'll always be able to see those cables. And I mean, it just depends on what you want your aesthetics to look like. A lot of people like a really clean matching computer, and if that's what you want, you're going to want to go with something like this. And you'll be able to figure this out pretty much kind of just by the box, and you'll see, you know, what the wires and stuff look like. But it doesn't make any difference. It's just for looks. And the other thing is, even if you did get a power supply that had ketchup and mustard cables, they make cable mods. I call them cable mods, but that's just the company that makes them. There's a bunch of different companies that make these things, and pretty much it's just you'll use your regular, your regular power supply just like this. You'll plug your main cables in, but then it's like an extension. It's a cable extension, and you can get any color you want, and like you could, white, any gray, black, red, anything you want to match your build. So even if you did get one of these ketchup and mustard power supplies, you can always change that up by getting a cable mod and picking your color, whatever you want, and make it look really nice. So there's plenty of different options when it comes to your power supply. That's kind of what I wanted to cover, was kind of break down fully modular and semi-modular, because those are, in my opinion, the most common ones you'll come across. And always do your research on power supplies, because some are really good and will last forever, some won't last forever, some have problems. It's kind of like anything. You kind of just want to do your research. Just because maybe it's a really cheap deal, this or that, it might be a good deal, and you might not get hurt at all. But I mean, you should definitely research that. If you're looking at a model, just type it in online. You can read tons of forums, see what people say about them, how long they last, what their common problems are, the lifetime on them. The warranties are nice to know, because some of them, if you have it for a year and the thing takes you crap, you'll be alright. You should be able to send that back, and they'll just send you back one that's rebuilt that had a problem before, but they'll send you a rebuilt one that's back to tested, it is certified, and you'll be covered. So that's just a couple things I wanted to go over with that. That kind of sums up this video. I'm going to be installing this one, not sure when, soon probably. Maybe I'll even do it for this video, and I'll just kind of take you guys step for step how to plug in all your wires. I know that can be a confusing part of the build, which I think is the most time consuming and maybe the most trickiest, because you might not know what cable does what cable plugs into where, and that's where maybe I can help some of you guys out with that. So stay tuned for that, I know in my previous videos I keep saying I'm going to build another PC and I'm going to have, you know, a full in-depth tutorial on that. I promise you that is within the next probably 2 weeks or so, and that'll be ready to go, and I will make a full in-depth video, my first one ever for YouTube, for my channel, on how to build a computer from scratch. We're talking, you know, bare bones, parts out the box, from nothing. So we're going to get that going, and I hope you guys stick around for that. I hope I help you guys out with some of your decisions for your power supply and what you are going to go with. And good luck with everything. If you have any questions, just please, I always say, leave a comment. I always try to get back to everybody in the comments. I'm always here to help you guys out, and I hope some of my other videos can kind of help you guys out too. I know I don't post that frequently. I'm trying to, you know, I'm working on getting a better setup, a better area to work. I'm constantly, like, my whole setup's pretty much mobile. I constantly bring stuff back and forth between my parents' house, my girlfriend's house for work. So it kind of gets crazy. So that's why I'm here. Some of my other videos you might see me at my house, in my room from like my parents' house. So that's pretty much that's about. And like I said, I hope this helps. I really appreciate you guys left a thumbs up. Hit me with a subscribe, and I will have some more videos out for you guys. Take care and enjoy.